The top stories tonight in Y News. The Office of the Vice President is standing firm on their statement that the 125 million pesos worth of confidential funds were spent not over 11 days, but rather within a period of 19 days.
Deputy Chief for Administration of the Philippine National Police, P. Gen. Rodel Sermonia, denies allegations made by retired PNP Chief P. Gen. Rodolfo Azurin Jr. that he was behind the latter's immigration issues.
Tensions escalate on the geopolitical front as Defense Secretary Gilbert Teodoro firmly responds to China's accusation that the Philippines is provoking conflict in disputed waters.
And the Speaker of the Canadian Parliament tenders his resignation following an unfortunate incident where the Speaker mistakenly honored a Nazi veteran.
Good evening, Philippines and the world. Today is Wednesday, September 27, 2023. Join us in the next hour as we deliver today's top stories around the Philippines and in other parts of the world. I am Joselito Liquido.
We are also seen in 1,935 satellite monitoring centers nationwide and via live streaming worldwide through the UNTV News and Rescue social media channels. I am Elsie Marcos.
First in the news. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. spearheaded the launch of the National Innovation Agenda and Strategy document, marking a pivotal moment for the nation's future direction. Additionally, he also affixed his signature to the Trabajo para sa Bayan Act. Nel Maribuhok reports.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. unveiled the National Innovation Agenda and Strategy document during an official launch in Manila. The President emphasized that this document signifies a firm commitment to integrating innovation into the nation's agenda. He believes it will expedite innovation governance and foster a culture of innovation, engaging scientists, researchers, entrepreneurs, engineers, and citizens in the process.
This document is not a plan, not just a plan, but a commitment to making innovation an indispensable component of our nation's development agenda and a key driver in our vision to achieve a truly smart and innovative Philippines.
The document aligns with Republic Act No. 11293 or the Philippine Innovation Act. Meanwhile, the President signed into law the Trabajo para sa Bayan Act aimed at tackling unemployment, underemployment, and other labor market challenges. The law will focus on improving the employability and competitiveness of Filipino workers through upskilling and reskilling initiatives and support micro, small, and medium enterprises and industry stakeholders. The Chief Executive has called on concerned agencies to immediately release the implementing rules and regulations or IRR of the new law.
I therefore direct the Council and all concerned government agencies to fast-track the issuance of the implementing rules and regulations of the law so that our workers and stakeholders can immediately benefit from it.
Nel Maribuhok, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
The Office of the Vice President, or OVP, insists that the 125 million pesos worth of confidential funds had been spent in 19 days and not just 11. Meanwhile, Vice President Sara Duterte lets the Congress decide whether it will approve or not the 500 million pesos amount of proposed confidential funds for her office in 2024. Rosalie Cos will tell us why.
The Office of the Vice President insisted that the 125 million pesos amount of confidential funds released for her office in 2022 had been spent in 19 days. Contrary to what was previously discussed in the plenary debates in the House of Representatives, budget sponsor and Davao de Oro 1st District Representative Maria Carmen Zamora reiterated that the actual implementation of the projects under the 125 million peso confidential fund was not done in just 11 days.
To say that the Office of the Vice President spent the confidential fund in 11 days, the office submits its stand that it is inaccurate, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. The report of COA, which is the basis of the report of COA for the utilization of the fund, starts from December 20 to 31, and that is 11 days. However, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor, the implementation of the programs started on the day that the SARO was released, in December 13 of 2022, which means immediately after the release of SARO, the implementation has already started.
Meanwhile, the budget sponsor also said the OVP has not received the Audit Observation Memorandum or AOM for the OVP with regards to the utilization of 2022 confidential funds. However, the OVP takes notice of and also welcomes the AOM.
As to the AOM on 2022 for the confidential fund expense, the OVP has, as we speak, the OVP has not received any AOM from COA. And in case there is an AOM to be issued by COA, the OVP will respond to the AOM and provide any information or additional documentation as may be necessary.
The OVP lets the Congress decide whether to approve or not its 500 million pesos amount of confidential funds request for 2024.
So walang magiging violent reaction pag tinanggal, halimbawa, yung 500 na confidential funds sa Office of the Vice President. Can you still pursue the implementation of these programs and events without this confidential fund?
The Office of the Vice President can only propose on how they will do the job. And as of this time, with the development of what the Honorable colleague has mentioned, the Office of the Vice President, again, would submit to the wisdom of Congress.
The House of Representatives has finished the sponsorship and interpellation period for the 2024 proposed budget of the OVP. Rosa Licos, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Deputy Chief for Administration of the Philippine National Police, Police General Rodel Sermonia, has come forth to refute allegations made by retired PNP Chief Police General Rodolfo Azurin Jr. The ex-PNP chief had asserted that Sermonia was behind the dissemination of information suggesting Azurin's deportation from Canada. In response, General Sermonia expressed his bafflement regarding why his name was implicated in this matter. He firmly stated that he does not comprehend the motivations behind these allegations.
Former Chief PNP Azurin may have been fed false stories, again to drag my name, on the unverified reports of his alleged deportation. There is no reason for me to do what I am being accused of. Magbista po kami, bilas ko po siya, ang kasiraan niya ay kasiraan ng buong pamilya.
General Sermonia conveyed his decision not to dignify these accusations with a response that could be construed negatively. Instead, he plans to address the issue within the confines of his family.
The Commission on Elections, or COMELEC, will start filing disqualification cases on Friday over violations of premature campaigning. Dante Amento explains why.
Commission on Elections, or COMELEC Chairman George Erwin Garcia, revealed they will be filing 30 initial disqualification cases on Friday, September 29 at their law department. This is in connection with the violation of the premature campaigning prohibition for the upcoming October 30, 2023 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan Elections, or BSKE. The task force contra EPAL will initiate the filing of complaints.
Kanina lamang sa NBank inapprove namin, binigyan namin ng authority yung mismong head ng task force na number 1, siya ang pumirma sa mismong complaint and or petition to disqualify. Number 1. Number 2, at sinabi rin namin na hindi lamang authorize ang mismong task force na mag-file ng complaints, kundi pati mag-file ng disqualification cases.
Garcia stressed premature campaigning is a criminal offense under Section 80 of the Omnibus Election Code or Batas Pambansa Bilang 881. Violation of this rule would constitute perpetual disqualification from running or holding public office in the future if there will be final conviction by the court.
Kung ikaw ay na-file ng kasong election offense o kasong kriminal, pagkatapos ikaw ay na-convict dyan by final judgment, ito ay isang disqualification na may effect sa mga susunod pang pagtakbo mo.
As of today, September 27, a total of 2,857 show cause orders have been issued by COMELEC to candidates in the BSKE, and 194 disqualification cases will be possibly filed. Dante Amento, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
In the ongoing investigation of a troubling incident involving 5 policemen who unlawfully entered a computer shop in Manila on July 7, the Philippine National Police Internal Affairs Service is expanding its inquiry. Inspector General Attorney Alfegar Triambulo confirmed that they are looking into the immediate supervisor of these 5 policemen. Furthermore, it was revealed that these officers conducted the operation without securing the necessary search warrant.
Doon sa mga sinasubmit ng dokumento ng mga responding police officer, binanggit po nila dito na ang kanilang ginagawa ay alam, pinapaalam at alam nung opisyal po nito na si Captain Kasagan. At ayon sa kanila, sila po ay pinapayagan kahit na dapat na bago pasukin po yung establishmento, kung yan po ay operasyon, nag-operate ng gambling yung computer shop, dapat po sila po ay mag-secure ng warrant.
It was previously reported that the 5 Manila Police District personnel were dismissed from service due to administrative cases related to serious irregularities in the performance of their duties, grave misconduct, and conduct unbecoming a police officer.
The Philippine Weather Bureau PAGASA has issued a concerning announcement regarding the current El Niño event, which has progressed to a moderate stage. Experts have been closely monitoring the escalating sea surface temperatures in the eastern and central equatorial Pacific, a clear indicator of this climatic phenomenon. This development has already had tangible effects, particularly in Mindanao, where several areas have encountered dry conditions from July to September, resulting in a reduction of rainfall ranging from 21 to 60%.
Base sa monitoring ng PAGASA, nandito na tayo sa tinatawag na moderate na El Niño event. Mataas po yung probability na posibleng maging moderate to strong ito in the coming months.
PAGASA projects that the severe impacts of El Niño in the Philippines will be most deeply felt during the dry and warm season of the upcoming year. Alarming estimates suggest that over 50% of the country, encompassing about 45 provinces, could face meteorological drought by March 2024.
Yun po yung ating inaasahan na pagdating po ng dry season and warm next year. Isa po siya na possible na isa sa pinakamainit na taon na mararanasan natin.
In response to this looming threat, the government is taking proactive measures to mitigate the potential impact of El Niño on crucial aspects such as food and water supply, electricity, and public health and safety.
And for the news abroad, OpenAI is expanding ChatGPT's capabilities by introducing voice and image features, sparking varied reactions online. The enhancements will be rolled out to paid versions of the platform in the next 2 weeks, with other users receiving access soon after, as announced in a recent blog post. With these updates, ChatGPT enables voice conversations akin to AI assistants like Siri and Alexa. Users can engage in diverse activities, including narrating bedtime stories, settling debates, and vocalizing text input. While some users celebrate the expanded capabilities, concerns such as the uncanny valley gap have been raised, suggesting that overly human-like AI may lead to discomfort for users. There are also concerns regarding OpenAI's legal issues related to copyright violations, intellectual property rights, and security concerns, with deepfakes, voice scams, and identity theft becoming more prevalent as AI voice scams have led to financial losses for many victims. Meanwhile, OpenAI acknowledges the risks associated with voice features, particularly the potential for fraud and impersonation. To mitigate these risks, the company emphasizes specific use cases involving voice actors it directly collaborates with.
Vladimir Putin's most prominent opponent will be facing decades more behind bars as the Russian court rejects his appeal. Ryuji Sasaki will give us the details live. Yes, Ryuji, good evening.
Good evening, Elsie. Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny lost his appeal against a 19-year jail term at a hearing on Tuesday after the Russian court ruled to uphold the decision by Moscow City Court. The term was added to a Navalny's existing 11.5-year sentence last month after he was convicted on 6 charges related to extremist activity, all of which he has denied. The 47-year-old opposition leader was previously convicted for fraud and other charges, which he claims to be politically motivated and an attempt to silence his criticism of the Russian president. Navalny will be transferred to a special regime prison colony, the harshest grade in Russia's penal system, and will possibly stay there until he is in his mid-70s. Moscow has cast Navalny as extremist and a puppet of the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency with no evidence. Back to you, Elsie.
Thank you, Ryuji Sasaki, reporting live from Japan. We'll share more global stories with you later. For those watching our live streaming on YouTube, please click the subscribe button you see on your screen and ring the bell for notification. You may also follow us on Facebook. Defense Secretary Gilbert Teodoro hits back at China after it called out the Philippines for supposedly provoking conflict in the disputed waters. Harleen Delgado will tell us why.
Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro responds to the latest tirade of China following the removal of the Philippine Coast Guard of the floating barriers installed by the Chinese Coast Guard at the southeast entrance of the Scarborough Shoal. This as Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin urged the Philippines not to make provocation or stir up trouble. Teodoro says it is China's propaganda and intent to control that is causing conflicts in the disputed waters. The defense chief explains the floating barriers were removed as they were hazard to marine safety, noting that Scarborough Shoal is a traditional fishing ground.
A provocation na ba yun sa kanila? Ano ba ang provocation? Yung paglalagay ng barrier o ang pagtatanggal ng illegal na harang? Hindi naman tayo nag-i-steer ng trouble, hindi naman tayo ang kumukup-kup eh. Yan yung hindi nila maintindihan eh. Ang propaganda nila na ginagamit eh. Lalong-lalo na, ayan banta na yan. Ano ang reaksyon ng Pilipino? Diyan. Tatanungin ko. Siyempre, lalo tayong malalayo sa kanila.
Teodoro adds, while the country should pursue talks with China in the most principled way to resolve maritime issues, the Philippines should continue in asserting its rights and in opposing China's aggressive actions in the West Philippine Sea. A subcommittee of the Senate Committee on Finance also tackled today the proposed budget for the Department of National Defense for next year, amounting to 229 billion pesos. Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri called for an executive meeting with Teodoro and other defense officials to discuss the increase in their budget.
We already discussed it on a caucus that we are going to allot a large chunk of additional funding for the AFP and the DND. Hindi po tayo pumayag na mabuli tayo, no, ng ating kapitbahay sa norte.
Jorge Delgado, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
The Bureau of Immigration in the Philippines is optimistic about the potential transformation of its systems and services with the enactment of the Immigration Modernization Law. This legislation is designed to bring the immigration process in the country at par with modern systems employed by other nations, particularly focusing on airports. The proposed law targets the enhancement of airport systems, services, facilities, and a reduction in corruption. By automating the system, it aims to minimize direct contact between employees and passengers, effectively mitigating opportunities for corruption. While the bill has made significant progress in the lower house, having reached the third reading, it still awaits approval in the Senate. The Bureau of Immigration is hopeful that this vital legislation will be enacted into law before the year's end or early in the following year, ushering a new era of efficient and secure immigration process in the Philippines.
That's the ultimate objective natin. Mahabol natin ang technology being used by other countries. Kasi ngayon, manual pa tayo eh. Wala na tayo dyan eh. But we are step by step. We first have the advanced information, advanced passenger information, the passenger record, then we have the electronic gates, then we have the biometrics capturing technology. Yun na ang sunod.
The Senate leadership intends to follow the initiative in the House of Representatives in realigning the confidential and intelligence funds, or CIFs, of several agencies. In a statement, Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri says they will reallocate such funds that they feel are not necessary for certain civilian agencies and allocate them to the intelligence community, the Philippine Coast Guard, and the country's armed forces. Of the Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education, Zubiri says all agencies will be reviewed. Meanwhile, Senate Majority Leader Joel Villanueva assures that all CIFs will be scrutinized and that several civilian agencies are expected to be stripped of such funds.
Civilian authorities. We have been warning different agencies of the government, departments, not to ask for it. Otherwise, we will scrutinize. Maaari din ilagay sa provision ng ating ipapasang budget for 2024 yung ilang provision na maaaring dagdagan yung mga hinihingi at talagang pahirapan pa. Masiguro na merong transparency, higit sa lahat accountability dito sa mga confidential funds.
In a move towards enhancing road safety, the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, inaugurated its Motorcycle Riding Academy in Pasig City. The initial phase of training will see MMDA employees as the first batch of trainees, receiving instruction on motorcycle safety and responsible riding. Following this, the Academy will open its doors to other eager trainees, with courses set to commence by mid-October. JP Nunez will tell us why.
The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority or MMDA made a significant stride in bolstering road safety by officially inaugurating its Motorcycle Riding Academy in Pasig City. This initiative aims to impart crucial knowledge and skills to motorcycle riders, ultimately contributing to a safer road environment. The agency posted the online portal on its social media page, allowing interested individuals to register for the Motorcycle Riding Academy. The Academy has specified the requirements for qualification, the components of the training, and its duration. Acting Chairman Attorney Don Artes conveyed that the initial phase of the training will prioritize MMDA employees as the first batch of trainees. Subsequently, by mid-October, the Academy will open its doors to other eager trainees, further expanding its reach and impact.
Ngayon pa lamang po namin bubuksan yung online registration. Ang una po namin gagawin ay empleyado po muna namin para matest muna po namin, ma-i-adjust pa yung mga module natin, ma-critic nila para mas ma-improve pa na po natin, para pag-open po natin sa publiko ay mas refine na. Ang balak namin middle October, i-open na natin to.
Based on their module, there will be 2 days of training which will include basic road emergency response, road traffic rules and regulations, orientation in motorcycle parts, and demonstration of static and moving position.
Sa umaga po, may mag-classroom na 50 naman po yung nasa skills training. Sa hapon po magpapalit sila, tapos ganoon din po kinabukasan.
Completers will receive a certificate. However, MMDA clarified that it is not yet valid to serve as requirement to get driver's license as they still need the accreditation of TESDA and the Land Transportation Office. Through the Motorcycle Riding Academy, MMDA aspires to significantly reduce motorcycle-related incidents, particularly within the bustling metropolis of Metro Manila. JP Nunez, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, has extended a helping hand to over 2,000 sari-sari store owners grappling with the effects of a price cap. Furthermore, the agency has affirmed its commitment to provide ongoing aid to business owners possessing the requisite permits or barangay certificates. Bernadette Tinoy reports.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, has made a significant announcement. Over 2,000 sari-sari store owners who also retail rice have been granted a crucial financial lifeline in the form of a 15,000 cash assistance from the agency. DSWD Secretary Rex Gatchalian highlighted their ongoing collaboration with the Department of Trade and Industry and local government units to finalize the list of beneficiaries possessing the necessary business permits or barangay certificates.
Yung DTI, sa pakipagtulungan sa DILG, talagang hinahango na nila yan mula sa mga local government units kasi doon nang gagaling yan eh. Ngayon medyo mas mabagal dahil nga mas marami pala nitong mga to ang walang mga permit, walang business permit. But not necessarily illegal sila. Yung ginagawa ng DTI ngayon, hahanguin lahat yon at yun ng DILG, i-verify pa isa-isa. Sisilipin mo kung meron talagang bigas or wala.
Currently, DSWD has distributed financial assistance totaling 1 million pesos to around 7,000 rice retailers. However, they expect this number to increase in the coming days. In response to this much-needed assistance, some sari-sari store owners expressed their gratitude, emphasizing that this cash infusion will aid them in recovering from the financial setbacks they endured in recent weeks due to their compliance with the price ceiling.
Kung bibigyan kami, ibubuhos ko talaga sa bigas na mababa ang ko. Yun po talaga ang priority namin ngayon. Ibabalik namin yung 45. Bibigay namin yun.
Pupunan natin dito o kung sino yung halimbawa.
O sino yung nag-iikaw, sige, mabigyan natin ng bigas, halimbawa kahit 1 kilo.
Pagka nabigyan ng ayuda, pwede natin babaan yung bigas kahit papano para makabawi yung mga customer.
If the sari-sari store owners affected by the price ceiling are given assistance, they may resume selling rice at a price range of 40 to 45 pesos per kilo. Moreover, the Department of Trade and Industry continues to collaborate with the DSWD and local government units to compile a list of beneficiaries who will receive the assistance. Bernadette Tinoy, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
And in other global news, Canadian Parliament Speaker Anthony Rota has stepped down after publicly honoring a man who fought for the Nazis in World War II. Ann Gonzalez tells us why.
Speaker of the Canadian House of Commons Anthony Rota has resigned just days after he mistakenly honored a Nazi veteran during Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's visit to Canada. During a televised speech on Sunday, September 24, the Speaker of the House introduced Yaroslav Hanka in front of the Parliament as a war hero who fought for the 1st Ukrainian Division. The division, known as the SS 14th Waffen, was a voluntary unit under Nazi command during the Second World War. The 98-year-old veteran received a standing ovation from all parties of the Parliament, unaware of the details of who he was. Mr. Rota admitted his mistake and apologized to Nazi survivors around the world, including the Jewish community in Canada, as he addressed Canadian lawmakers in Ottawa recently to announce his resignation. In an earlier apology on Sunday, he also admitted that the initiative of inviting him was entirely his own. The Speaker's office said on Monday, however, that it was Mr. Rota's son who contacted Mr. Hanka. Meanwhile, the Friends of Simon Wiesenthal Center for Holocaust Studies welcomed Mr. Rota's resignation, but in a statement released by the center, it said that the incident has left a stain on Canada's legislature with profound implications globally and causing pain to the victims of Nazi regime. Ann Gonzalez, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
Nigeria's two largest workers' unions, the National Labour Congress or NLC and the Trade Union Congress or TUC, have announced an indefinite strike set to begin on October 3. The strike is a response to the government's removal of a long-standing petrol subsidy, which has triggered a cost-of-living crisis. Union leaders issued a joint statement declaring the strike, emphasizing that it will result in a total shutdown until the government addresses the demands of Nigerian workers and the general population. They accused the federal government of failing to engage meaningfully and reach agreements on the consequences of the petrol price hike, which has inflicted significant hardship on workers and the public. The government had urged the unions to continue negotiations rather than resorting to strikes, citing the already challenging economic conditions marked by double-digit inflation, foreign currency shortages, and low oil production. The strike's potential impact remains uncertain, as similar actions were taken in August with varying levels of participation across different regions of the country. And those are the reasons behind the news in other parts of the globe.
A significant milestone has celebrated this Wednesday. The leading internet search engine Google marked its 25th anniversary with a special doodle showcasing the evolution of its logo since 1998. In a heartfelt message, Google conveyed how much has changed over the years since its inception in 1998, highlighting the transformation in its logo. Yet amidst these changes, the fundamental mission has remained consistent: to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Google expressed gratitude to everyone for evolving and growing with them over these past 25 years, acknowledging the collective journey that has led to this point. Throughout its journey, Google Doodle has become a medium to creatively celebrate various occasions and events worldwide, capturing the spirit of innovation and creativity that has come to define Google over the years.
The song Dreams and Memories, an original composition by independent artist Ellie Poliver, has finally been released today on various digital streaming platforms. This musical endeavor was made possible through the collaboration of KDR Music House and Wish 107.5, providing a platform for emerging talents to showcase their artistry and share their music with a broader audience. Gladys Tawabi will tell us why.
Give you more and be with you forevermore. I am enough to love you even more.
After a captivating performance of his original composition inside the Wish 107.5 bus through its Uncharted campaign, independent artist Ellie Poliver's musical journey has taken a significant leap. This performance paved the way for his first song, Dreams and Memories, to be released with the support of KDR Music House, making its debut on all major digital streaming platforms today.
I think nung naipasa ko siya sa KDR, doon ako naging mas this is it. Ito na yung pagkakataon para maibahagi ko sa buong mundo yung kantang ito. Sa Wish 107.5 and KDR, thank you for the opportunity dahil nandito ako, and sobrang this is an honor na maging parte ng KDR and Wish 107.5. Privilege ko na to habang buhay ko nakatatak sa sa aking puso.
For Ellie, this marks the beginning of a promising chapter, a platform to share stories and experiences through the universal language of music. Supporting him wholeheartedly in this exciting venture is his girlfriend, filled with pride for his achievements and profoundly grateful for the opportunities extended by KDR Music House and Wish 107.5.
I really do believe that there's something in him. And ayun, eto na yun. This is the start. And hopefully, magtuloy-tuloy lang. And eventually, ayun, mas lalong maraming makapakinig ng kanta niya. And maraming sumuporta din all throughout. We're really grateful po sa sobrang laking opportunity na binigay nila sa amin. Sobrang laking blessing and opportunity po talaga yung pagdating ni KDR.
The inspirational impact of Ellie's song has resonated with many, leaving a trail of inspired listeners eager to witness more from this burgeoning artist.
Sobrang ganda po, and it as a student po, it will help me po to actually focus on my study kasi sa tingin ko po is magagamit ko po yung music niya kapag nagre-review po ako or gumagawa po ng schoolworks, and his song po is also help me to actually ilabas po yung feelings ko na nararamdaman ko na wag pong mahihiya.
Ang natutunan ko po sa lesson na kinanta niya is study hard lang, tapos taparin lang natin lahat ng ating mga pangarap. Ano lang ba yun, maging inspiration lang natin yung mga minamahal natin, mga love life natin.
Following the success of this release, anticipate the launch of Bakasyon Grande, a song by the reggae band Yables, dedicated to hard-working Filipinos. Stay tuned for this musical tribute, set to be unveiled tomorrow.
Samahan mo kung magbakasyon tayo ng buong taon. Kalimutan ang problema at lahat ng iyong konsolusyon.
Gladys Tawabi, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Our kasangbahay. As the world faces these trying times amid various challenges and uncertainties, we are inviting everyone to join the global prayer for humanity.
Good day. I'm Brother Eli Soriano of the members of the Church of God International. I want to invite you to join us in a minute of prayer every day to pray for humanity and the whole world as we go through these perilous times. While Health safety measures like washing of hands and strengthening of our immune systems may help us through this horrible predicament. There is still no precaution or cure more powerful than God's mighty intervention. And we need His intervention now more than ever. It doesn't matter what religion you are in or what denomination you belong. This is an invitation for all the people around the world who cares for the future of their family, friends, loved ones, and humanity as a whole. Everybody is welcome to pray with us. For more details, you can check out the description box below. Thank you very much, and I hope to hear from you soon. May God bless you.
And before we close, we will leave you with the word giving glory to God. From the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 17 it says, "Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is." And those are the reasons behind the new September 27, 2023. Reasons we deliver to you as they unfold. I am Elsie Marcos, live from Auckland, New Zealand.
Because we need to know, we will always ask why. I am Joselito Liquido, live from Malaysia. We serve the people, we give glory to God.